going on, everyone? So yesterday, the Lakers absolutely ran through the Utah Jazz. It was a beautiful game. Won start to finish, won every quarter. I wish every game was an in-season tournament game, right? Like the Lakers' energy and effort for these in-season tournament games have been night and day compared to like just the normal regular season games. This was huge, right? So Lakers officially advance, get the number 1 seed in the knockout round. They secure home court for that game. And then the Final Four end up going to Las Vegas, which you can make an argument the Lakers have home court throughout the entirety the rest of the way because Vegas is right next door. That is in their backyard. And there is a huge Laker fan base, myself included. So that is awesome. That is exciting. And hopefully the Lakers end up winning this cup. That would just be huge foundation building. That would be huge chemistry building. That would just add so much confidence to this team. They could look at it and go, look what we were able to do. We won the first ever tournament, and now we get to head into the rest of the season with that just sort of momentum. And next is the Larry O'Brien Trophy, right? Which I do believe the Lakers can fully get. Now, I don't believe the Lakers have played like a true contender, but I do think the Lakers are capable. I think we have seen flashes. I think we have seen moments. I think the Lakers have had those glimpses of like, okay, if the Lakers put it together, that's the team that they can be. And the Lakers were excellent. But one of the things that I have been screaming for is Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell both playing a good game together. We've only had like 2 of them, and both of those games we've won in just dominant fashion because these 2 guys are so significant to the Lakers. These were 2 guys that have been so inconsistent, struggled very mightily. They've had more collective bad games than they've had collective good games. And these are 2 guys that when we went into this season, we were like, oh man, these are 2 guys that could give you 30 plus collectively every single night, right? And that's not counting the game where Reeves goes and gives you 30 by himself or D'Lo goes and gives you 30 by himself. It was like, man, these 2 guys are going to be huge workhorses for us and are really going to be able to be part of that scoring punch and part of that scoring output and really take a lot off of LeBron James so he doesn't have to play 36 minutes a game, and Anthony Davis, and really kind of make up for like those nights that Anthony Davis just his shot isn't falling and doesn't have it offensively that night. It was like, well, at least we got Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, 2 of our best 3-point shooters, 2 guys that have shot 40+%, right? D'Angelo Russell was almost 42%. That was the idea. That was like, okay, like here we go. And these 2 guys they just haven't had it this year. You'll see D'Lo have an excellent game, and Reeves is like nearly unplayable. And then Reeves will have a great game, and then D'Lo will be nearly unplayable. And I love that Reeves is finally coming off the bench because I think it gives both of these guys more of an opportunity to play better and to be better. Because I do think D'Lo fits better in the starting unit, allows him to kind of play the point guard more. And then I do think Reeves kind of impacts the bench, which we saw in today's game. The bench scoring was huge and massive for us. This was the bench that we were supposed to have all season, right? But D'Lo and Reeves have been terrible shooting the 3 ball, and they've been terrible just consistently scoring the basketball. And tonight, you look at these 2, guess what? They both were great. And what happened? The Lakers blew out the Utah Jazz. And these 2 guys were, 2 of our top 4 players, right? Or 2 of our top 3 players. Because LeBron only had 17, right? So you had AD with the team high 26. D'Angelo Russell was second with 20. And Reeves gave you 19. And they both did it efficiently and effectively, which is the other key factor. You look at D'Lo, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block, only 2 turnovers, took care of the basketball, plus 30, 7 and 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. Look at Austin Reeves, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, right? 3 steals, 2 turnovers, took care of the basketball, plus 10, 7 of 13 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3 isn't great, but still shot over 50% from the field. Like, these are the performances we need. This takes so much pressure off of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. LeBron James only had to play 24 minutes. Anthony Davis got to play under 30. LeBron James only had to give you 17 points. He nearly gave you a triple-double. And he's been super efficient, right? 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. His three-point shot has been just beautiful. Took care of the basketball, 2 turnovers. I mean, we took care of the basketball, period. 13 turnovers. Obviously, I'd like it 10 or lower, but 13 has been a far cry from what it's been the last, 12 games or whatever. I mean, we love to turn the ball over. But LeBron has had to do some real heavy lifting and heroics that he shouldn't have to do. Right? That was the whole point of this team and this depth and this talent and this roster. Yes, there was going to be the occasional game. Obviously, there's going to be a game here and there where LeBron, we're going to need those heroics and we're going to need him to kind of turn back that clock and turn back that dial a little bit. That's fine, right? Like, but regularly, that wasn't in the cards. That wasn't the idea here. It wasn't supposed to be something where it's like, okay, well, we're going to need LeBron to play 36 minutes a game and give us nearly 40 points for us to have 1-point wins at home. Can't happen, right? We need LeBron as fresh and healthy as possible come playoffs, come the playoff time. We're going to need those heroics in the playoffs because there's going to be tight games. There's going to be games where we're going to need him to go and give us 40. And it's great that he's shown the ability to still do that, but you don't want to have to wear him down. The whole idea going into this season was that LeBron would play around, 28 to 30 minutes per game. We got all this size, all this versatility, all this talent, so on and so forth. And it just, again, it hasn't worked out that way. Still plenty of season left. We can get there. We can do it. Anthony Davis, for the most part, has been great this season. He's had 2 games, right? 2.5 games, I guess you could argue, where he's been rough, right? But outside of that, I mean, he's the concern was the lack of consistency from him, right? It's like, oh, one game he's good, one game he's bad. But the Lakers have played 15 games, and in 13 of them, he's been fantastic, right? And in 1.5 of those games in which he was bad, he was excellent defensively. I mean, Anthony Davis, if he plays 65 games, is going to be the defensive player of the year. And the Anthony Davis we saw last night, I mean, that's not only defensive player of the year, that is MVP and arguably best player in the world, Anthony Davis. I mean, he was being decisive, making plays, dominating on both sides of the basketball, dominating the glass. I mean, this guy, he had 5 offensive rebounds. This was a game where he was like, I'm going to dominate you guys and you're not going to stop me. There's literally nothing you can do. I mean, 26 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Again, took care of the basketball, only 2 turnovers, plus 34. That's the Anthony Davis. That's the AD we need, right? AD, if he can be that guy, the Lakers are going to go far. But he is going to have the occasional bad night. He is going to have the occasional off night. He is going to have those nights where the shot just isn't falling. Or he's having a little nagging injury that he's got to kind of play through and figure out. Right? And that's where you have D'Lo and Reeves. That's where you should be able to ride them and rely on them and consistently night in and night out. Again, this is great. I am so happy they did this game. But is it just this game, or is it going to be a regular occurrence? Again, everyone has off nights. There's going to be nights where D'Lo just doesn't have it. Or there's going to be nights where Austin Reeves just doesn't have it. Or there's going to be nights where maybe both don't have it. That's fine. I'm not saying they have to both give you, 40 or 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 13 assists a game. I'm not saying they have to do that every single game, but I would like this, 3 out of every 4 or 4 out of every 5 games. Can I get this at like at least a 60 to 70% clip? Can I get this at every 10 games you play? Can I get it at least 6 or 7 out of the 10 games where both guys play well? And I'm not even saying 39. Can they give us, basically 30 points? Can both of them average roughly 15? One of them average, if D'Lo's going to average 17, fine. I need Reeves at least at 15. Give me 32 points a game between the two of these guys. If we can get that, the Lakers are going to be very good and very tough to beat. I mean, the Lakers have like a ridiculous record when D'Lo gives you 17. Like ridiculous. They're like 20-8 or something like that when D'Lo gives you 17 plus, counting like playoffs and everything. So they are excellent when D'Lo goes and gives you 17, right? And then Reeves, if he can go and give you 17 plus, Lakers would have a similar stat line. All of a sudden, you start getting 7, 8, 9 games over 500, and now you're looking like the best team in the league. Now, I understand Utah, they really struggled. They haven't been very good this year, right? They've had some notable games, but they haven't been very good this year. And a lot of ways, they kind of just shot themselves out of the... I mean, they were just chucking up shots. Like, they were chucking up threes. I mean, they shot 44 threes and took 98 field goals. I mean, they almost shot half of their field goal attempts from 3. So, a lot of that was just them shooting themselves out of the game. But a lot of it was also collectively, as a team, us playing well. Lakers also shot the 3 ball well. 11 to 29, 38%. Like, that's good. That's really good. All right? So, we need this. We need this to be a norm rather than an outlier. We need this to be something that is a regular occurrence rather than a random event. And I believe that these two can. I believe that these two are talented enough to do so. But we got to find it. We got to see it on a regular basis. Because as you saw, when you get this, good things happen. I talked about it before the game even started. Can we finally get a game where D'Lo and Reeves both play well and we blow Utah out? Guess what? Both played well and we blew Utah out. That's what I need to see. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you agree with me? Like, yeah, man, D'Lo and Reeves, they got to be consistent night in and night out. Give us the production that we saw. Or do you think, like, no, as long as one of them are doing it on a nightly basis? But problem is, we've seen what happens when one of them do it. We still lose some of those games. So, I don't know. We're counting on these two guys heavily. That was the idea. That's why we paid them. That's why we brought them back. That was the idea after the performance last season. When we got them together, it was like, okay, what does this look like for a whole season? But anyway, again, how you feel, let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. I appreciate you all. See you in the next one. Thank you.